Right. It's been announced over the past week that obviously Kylian Mbappe doesn't want to sign a new contract with PSG. That's fairly common knowledge by now. And there are many reasons for this. Obviously, it's a bit like Neymar with Barcelona a few years ago. He kind of wants to be the star of the team. And with Lionel Messi joining PSG, he isn't guaranteed to be. He's not going to be the star, and Neymar's already there as well. So there's that also. I think him and Neymar are probably at an equal level now in terms of like fame and level of. Well, that's what fame is, isn't it? Level of not like how well known they are, and Real Madrid today have had a £137 million bid by PSG rejected. I find that ridiculously stupid from PSG. Now PSG are going to have a problem with at some point with player wages because although they have spent very little this summer on compared to the amount and the quality of players and the amounts of them they've bought, they've only spent 60 million, and that was on one player, Ashraf Hakimi. They've got Lionel Messi, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Gini Wijnaldum, and Sergio Ramos all for free, which is really good business by PSG. Now, Kylian Mbappe, you get offered for a player whose contract runs out next summer. He's got 12 months on his deal. He doesn't want to sign another one. And you reject 130 or 160 million euros for a player who doesn't really want to play for your club anymore. And like that's one season to like it's costing them £137 million for Mbappe to play for them for one season effectively, because obviously he goes for free next summer if they don't sell him now. So if they don't sell him in the next 6 days, he's going to stay till January, and he'll probably, unless he has a dramatic change of heart, he's going to leave or sign a contract with someone else in January and then leave it next summer. So I just thought I'd go through today what his options are and what I think would be best for him. So option number one, and also would it be good for the clubs as well, because there are financial aspects to this. Obviously having Kylian Mbappe in your team, he gets into pretty much every team in the world. Yeah, he definitely gets into every team in the world. But so PSG, they want to keep him. They've offered him a ridiculously long contract, and he's rejected it. This contract would keep him until he's at the age of 28, by the way. So I can understand why he would reject it. Now, there have been clubs that have had long-term interest. Obviously, Real Madrid, they've been interested in him from pretty much when he joined PSG back in 2017. And Real Madrid have, over the past few seasons, they haven't signed players for as much money as Barcelona, but they've signed more of the expensive players just for not as much money. So they've signed players like Luka Jovic for £60 million, Militao for probably about £50 million as well, Courtois probably 40 million, Hazard, he was probably over 100 million, and like there's plenty of these players, and they've also got quite a high wage bill. And when you look at their team now, they haven't actually got a real like star in their team. They've got Karim Benzema, but he's not one of the like, he's not the most how could you say it, like advertisable footballers. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I am looking for a word. But yeah, you get what I mean. He's not like someone who doesn't watch football wouldn't have heard of Benzema, put it that way. Whereas they might have done with Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, maybe even Luis Suarez, Paul Pogba. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So obviously signing Mbappe would probably be a good move for them. And I know they've also got Gareth Bale and Eden Hazard, but they're not. The past 2 seasons have been shocking for them at Real Madrid. I know Bale's been on loan, but yeah. So there's Real Madrid, who are definitely going through a massive transition period pretty much since they've sold Ronaldo. You've got Liverpool, who have had long-term interest in Mbappe, but probably won't fork out consider they probably wouldn't want to fork out the wages that Mbappe's going to cost, because he's going to want $500,000 a week at least. And Liverpool, I think the highest player on their wage bill it's either Van Dijk or Salah on something like just over 200,000 a week, which is quite low for a team who are top 10 teams in the world right now. And also there are, I think Manchester City have also been interested in him. I can't see him going to Manchester City, I'll be honest, purely because I don't think City actually are a size that sign like world-class players. Not that Jack Grealish isn't world-class. I mean, like, players that are already at giant clubs like Real Madrid, PSG, Barcelona. They tend to spend 60 million on a player and make him and deal. Join Pep Guardiola's squad, and he knows he's not going to be guaranteed to play every minute, whereas Mbappe's going to want to play every minute. And with Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, Ferran Torres, Gabriel Jesus, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, it's not really possible to fit him in to play every single minute. That's just the way Pep Guardiola does it. So for me, I think the best move for Mbappe would be to actually stay at PSG, because Real Madrid, that's a very big gamble, because you don't know what the future is for them. They've all of their best players are rapidly aging. They've got a few good young players like Valverde. They've also got Militao. They've also just got rid of Rafael Varane in the same summer as Sergio Ramos. So defensively, there's questions. And also their attack, Benzema, Bale, Hazard, I think they're all 30 now. Hazard might not be, but Bale and Benzema definitely are. So you're not guaranteed it there. Liverpool, it probably is a good move, but Liverpool probably, it's the wages, because Liverpool aren't going to sign him in the next week. That's never going to happen. They're never going to pay over £100 million for a player who they know that they could get for free in January. I think it's ridiculous from PSG not to accept a bid for a player who is leaving next summer as it stands. So for me, I think Liverpool's the safer bet, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Liverpool fan. They're the only team who, out of the 3 teams that have been linked with him, who is a good fit for Mbappe, and also are like in a stable position. Real Madrid, it's a bit of a gamble, I think. Like, obviously Real Madrid are always going to be the top four teams in La Liga. That's never not going to be the case. But Mbappe's goal is to win the Champions League, which, I mean, his best bet is probably staying at PSG, but for some reason he didn't want to do it. It's probably got something to do with Messi and Neymar both being there, let's be honest. So for me, either stay at PSG, or if you're desperate to leave PSG, I think he should probably go to Liverpool. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.